Morgan Babcock says Rumble has just offered Joe Rogan $100 million to exclusively platform with them with a commitment to no censorship, as they put it. What would that situation look like when dealing with the standing contract with Spotify? Joe Rogan should argue that Spotify is a material breach of that contract, and he has every right to pull out. I mean, I don't think he wants to do that at this point, but if he did, they just pulled 130 episodes.
It's unclear to me if he consented to that, though.
Yeah, it's possible that he did, but I'm saying if he wanted to, and even if he did consent, by the way, he may argue that there was that he was compelled to consent to that under the threat that his contract would be canceled or not honored, because they'd made indications that they were not going to honor his contract, or that he would be canceled or whatever. There was a big hubbub over it. So he's got some arguments that they had a constructive breach of the contract, and but they are arguments, that's to be clear. But if you wanted to switch to Rumble, I mean, those are the type of arguments you would make. You'd say that no, they had breach, or you'd argue anticipatory breach. They're going to breach my contract, therefore I get the right to pursue my options before the damage of their breach is done. That's what they would do. I think it'd be great, by the way. I hope, I don't think he'll do it, but I would hope he would do it. That's what I would want him to do. And Rumble has a better track record on censorship than Spotify so far. Not that that's all that hard.
Why wouldn't he just set up his own podcasting empire? I mean, he could do it by himself, right? He's show number one, and people would flock to it.
Yeah, well, I think part of the problem is just how expensive it gets to host that much traffic. And so if you can offload it to someone who's already hosting that much traffic and get paid for it, that's the way to do it. But did I see his bitch out N-word apology? I saw something, just a snippet of it, and if you haven't figured it out yet, your apologies will never be used to exonerate you. They will only be used to bury you. That's the way the apology culture works. They demand the apology, and then they say, see, they apologized. They did do the bad thing, and you should continue to hate them. So I thought Joe would have known that by now, but he's not returning my calls. Just kidding. Just kidding. He would always return my calls if I ever did.